enforcement afterwards, after I leave you in the street.
Welcome to this episode of Have a Merry Snitchmas and a Happy New Year. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. And I want to give a special shout out to all you people who keep just bringing my name up and I'm constantly on your mind. Thank you, because you are nowhere near my radar. I don't give a fuck about you, not even a little bit. So thank you. Like, the obsession is real. But hey, mental health is a big thing in this country, and it is what it is. Take your meds, ladies and gentlemen. Mickey Griggs, what's going on? Joey Blunts, how are you? Tony, what's up? Bobo Camp, good morning, Staxx. Great thumbnail of the 5 little girls you have up there, which is how I refer to them, a bunch of wash women. You got that right. Bunch of trash bags, all of them, every single one of these guys. And there's more, not just these guys, there's plenty of more. But we don't give recognition to everyone, because everybody's not worth it, you know. These guys aren't even worth it, but you got to do what you got to do, right? But anyway, we're going to get into some really good content today. We're going to talk about a bunch of them. So I got some videos to show you guys, some funny ones, some, I don't know if you would call it serious, but they're pretty funny. I want to give a shout out to Joey Merlino and the Skinny Podcast. Today at 1 o'clock, they're having a show, and he's going to be addressing his uncle cooperating, because people are always saying, "Oh, well, your uncle cooperated." Well, you're going to find out today what he has to say. It says Merlino's rat uncle. That's what the thumbnail says. So I'll drop and it starts at 1 o'clock. There's already 141 likes on the video. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Mickey Grace Jr., what's up, man? How are you? Kev, how are you? Salvatore, what's going on? Ivan, what's up, man? Joey Blunts, how are you, my friend? Let me get some of this together. And I don't know, everyone's got an opinion, but a lot of these people don't even matter, not even a little bit. So their opinions are irrelevant. So keep talking. You'll never be addressed, not on this show. And that's it. It's cool. Ivan, thank you, man. $5 for the kids. And another thing I want to address, because I've been getting some comments, some real, I mean, it's always the trash bags that leave these type of comments, but I know you're listening, so make sure you listen close. All you gangsters out there, you big tough gangsters, right? I'm out and about in public every fucking day, every day. So there's nothing but air and opportunity. I don't look for problems, but if you want one, I mean, I'm around. Latin Butterfly, how are you? And I never ran from anyone, and I never will. So it is what it is. So someone commented, Miles, what's going on? How are you? Someone commented, oh, we got to see a video of you giving these toys away. No, you don't. I don't do this for you. I do this out of the kindness of my heart. I'm not looking for a whole bunch of money to try to get money off this. I don't care about that. I care about helping people that are less fortunate. It has nothing to do with getting recognition for it, any of that. So, I mean, you guys can have this misconception on what you're talking about. I'm not seeing the comments. It's because you're watching through Facebook, Mickey Griggs. If you come on YouTube, you'll see the comment. That's the difference. But yeah, I don't do this for clout or any of that bullshit. I do it to help the less fortunate. And I'm going to do it regardless whether I get 1 donation or 1 million. I'm still going to do it. So say whatever you want. Keep talking. That's all you do is fucking talk. That's all they do. But anyway, let's get to some of this content. First up, we're going to check out Ron Previty. Let's check it out.
Loyalty and trust are supposedly a mobster's creed.
You're going to do business with me.
But the Mafia Code of Honor means nothing to Ron Previty.
My allegiance was to me, not to no mob.
I'm going to be compensated.
A criminal whose only motivation is money.
I was a crook. Every chance I had, I robbed. I made money. I robbed motorists. I robbed drug dealers. Bad guys are people that prey on the weak. I didn't prey on the weak. I preyed on people over the top of me, people that could kill me.
They call him Big Ron.
Ron is 6 feet 2 inches tall and 300 pounds.
He's a corrupt cop turned mobster.
Am I a good person?
Hey, Katharina Michio. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Kat Michio show. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. She's got a lot of really good interviews and things like that. Go check her out. And subscribe to the Reform Podcast. We got some amazing interviews we're going to be dropping very soon. And go subscribe.
Probably not by the definition of the word good.
He's playing both sides for cash.
It was 24 hours of crime every day. It was hectic. It was nasty.
It's a dangerous game, one that could either dismantle the Philadelphia mob or take down Big Ron.
If they grab me and put one in me, I'm dead. Guess I haven't done much good in this life. But that's me. Some people do right, some people do wrong. I did wrong.
Big Ron Previty began his life of doing wrong.
James, how are you? So Ron Previty, he was a police officer. If you didn't know that, he was a police officer down in Philadelphia. He was a petty criminal, and he ended up cooperating. And how he was able to get close to the mob is mind-blowing because he was a police officer, and they knew this. So why would you let someone like that close to you? I don't understand. But hey, some factions are different than others, I guess. Let's get back to it.
In West Philadelphia.
You know, I think when I was 14 years old was probably the first time I stole an automobile. Back then, you just pulled the wires down and put them together. It was for thrills. It was for money. My life just wasn't what it was supposed to be, normal.
It's 1957. Previty's role models, the guys making money in his neighborhood, are gangsters. They're members of the Philadelphia mob, a crime family quickly becoming one of America's most powerful syndicates, right behind New York and Chicago. To Ron Previty, the wise guys embody his own core belief.
To me, when I seen somebody on the side of the road digging a ditch and sweating, I said, that's stupid. I can't do that. That was my psyche at the time.
During a long criminal career, Previty will make a fortune, conning not only the mafia, but also the FBI.
That's all I can tell you. Now, yes.
Ron was a good BS artist, and he could convince anybody of anything he wanted to do.
Gary Langan is the FBI agent who will eventually persuade him to take on the most dangerous deception of his life by testifying against one of the nation's most dangerous mafia families. Most criminals who rat on the mob do it for survival or vengeance, but Ron would only do it for another reason.
Ron always worked for Ron. If he could make money doing something, that's what he would do.
At the age of 25, Previty begins his criminal career in earnest by doing the most unlikely thing, becoming a cop, a very corrupt cop.
For me to say I cared about the crime in Philadelphia, I'd be telling you a lie. I was a crook. Every chance I had, I robbed. I made money. I robbed motorists. I robbed drug dealers. If you did pull one over in a car and they had drugs, you took the drugs and the money. They were more than happy to move along. Corruption was the name of the game.
He starts his own bookmaking operation, and on busy nights, takes bets from inside the station.
Bookmaking is a occupation where you make good money.
Mopland, how are you? Miles, thank you. He said, you're a legend, Stag. You're a legend already, Stag. I doubt that, but trust me, everyone will know my name, whether it's good or bad. They'll remember my name. And they'll remember these guys' names for just being fucking rats. That's okay. And listen, let me make it clear. I am not a gangster. I'm just somebody who, I was in and out of prison for a long time. I had a drug addiction. I got my life together. And now I'm stepping on these rats' heads. They don't like it, but it's okay. I do. So either they deal with it or they deal with it. That's the two choices they have. You know, there's always this suggestion box.
I liked making the money. I liked doing what I was doing. And did I have any remorse? None whatsoever. I guess I was like an addict. I couldn't stop. That's what I did.
Hey, we know another one that can't stop. Let's check in with him and see how he's doing.
And you know, tell us a little bit about, you know, do you miss the life, or is it something that's just part of you that you've put in your past?
I always say this, and I know I don't like to, you know, bullshit. Of course I'd miss the money. You know, anyone's gonna miss that kind of money you're making, you know, for not doing anything, basically. I miss the money. I miss my friends. You know, I had a group of friends I was really tight with, and those are guys that I'm gonna miss. You know, I was with them since I'm young.
Oh, you mean the guys you cooperated against? Sausage Lips Gene. Is that what you're talking about? You miss those guys? Just like Dominic, right? Just like Dominic misses his really good friend. He thinks he can repair the relationship. He put Vinny in prison for the rest of his life, and he thinks he can repair that relationship. But okay, let's check it out.
You know, and you know, I don't talk to them no more. You know, it bothers me. Like 4 or 5 of them that I was really tight with, you know. So, one even took a bullet for me through the neck.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, it's like, you know, they won't talk to me because of whatever I did, and I understand. But, you know, there's certain people that I miss, you know what I mean? The life I don't miss at all, no. The money I miss. I do miss the money, and I do miss certain
But
friends.
it was dirty money, and it went fast, right?
Right, but, you know, it was nice.
It was fun when you were in the club, and you were the man, you got the champagne.
You know,
yeah, when you were the man, and you weren't made, and you weren't going to get made. This guy was not at any type of level in the mob. He wasn't in the mob. He was like a pesky rat. That's basically what you could call it. He was a pesky rat. And people are sitting in jail because of Gene. And now he gets to get out and do shit like this. Hold on. Let me get Gene's discretion real quick. He's able to get out. Right? He's able to go and brag online about how he ratted on people. And now he's out of prison doing shit like this.
Midget Mafia, Joey Molino got something to say about me. Joey, you're 4'2". I see you in Tampa, I'll slap you around. Okay, you're the boss of 3 guys, the Philadelphia Mafia. You actually be a member of your family, I'd rather be a Latin king. Okay? Get lost. You're an active mob boss on YouTube. You're a fucking clown turd.
I did this to the door. I pushed the door in.
You're a dirty hooer. Look, tell everybody how you fucked 100 guys. Tell everybody that on YouTube.
Come on, you talk about your girl like that, Gene. I got one question for you, Gene. One. Just on all bullshit aside, one question for you. Where'd you meet your girl, Gene? Where'd you meet her? Cat got your tongue.
Show how you fucked your neighbor. Matter of fact, let me go talk to Andrew. I know we have, you know, I can't really get in touch with you, so you know the bullshit we going through. It's
That's called bipolar disorder.
fucking stupid as fighting. You want to play games? I'm standing every single one of them. Let him come up here. Go.
See the knife in his hand? Real reformed guy right there, huh? But guess what? All he can do is threaten people on the internet. He ain't doing a fucking thing. He never assaulted any kind of guys. He only assaults you if you have tits and long hair.
Watch.
And breaks phones. Oh, yeah. And door jams. His favorite band is Doors. 3 Doors Down. And then, on top of it, to add insult to injury, after he's done with all this shit, right? He gets her name tattooed on him. Make this make sense to me. Have a merry Snitchmas. These guys are nuts.
Excuse me.
All right, let's check in with this ding dong.
That's what's going to happen. Going on the social media, really, it's people get caught up in, I would say it's like a fantasy. See, I'll get heated with certain things, and it's
You're living in a fantasy, Dominic. Do me one favor, Dominic. Read one page. Read a paragraph from Cat in the Hat. And I'll stop, okay? Tell me what bothers you the most, dummy Dom, and I'll stop. I got you this gift set for Christmas, Dominic. Where do you want me to send it? Look at this fucking goofy ass face.
it's just human nature. Everybody does. They get heated in certain ways. I'm trying to refrain from using profanity, but during the heat of the moment, it comes out. So there's nothing you could do. And by the way, I had a great workout today. Really good. I still have my workout gear on. It's let's see if we can show it.
Let's see if we can show hard work. Because that's what you do. You just have a shirt that says hard work. You don't do any hard work.
That's what it is. That's always what it's.
That's what it is. You don't always. Dude can't even talk fucking straight. Not even coherently.
It's about hard work. Anything you apply yourself to. And
pickled his brain.
It's really, again, and I'm going to go back to the social media. I want to wait for more people to come on before I really go into the crux of the story, why I'm coming on live.
Yeah, he's a great rapper, man. He really should have pursued that career. And Sausage Lips over here, he's going to be an absolute talent selling sausages. All he has to do is flap his fucking lips and he'll get tons of sales. Tons. Mobland, what's going on? MobTube Mean says, FBS said Dom is boring in one of my video clips. I thought they were best buds. I don't know. I don't know any of these fucking people. I don't. I don't know these people at all. I had that fat piggy. I interviewed him when he first hit the scene, right? And that was it. He was never my friend. We weren't friends. And these people are crazy. But a lot of people, they like if you interview someone, Bruno, how you doing? So nice to see you, man. If you interview someone, they like put you in this category with them, and it's just weird. It's weird to do that, but hey, It doesn't matter. Mind over matter, people. I don't mind because they don't matter.
It's just this whole social media. It's fun. It's entertaining at times, especially everybody's going back and forth. But it's just this genre.
He said, I bet sausage lips would suck a craw right out of this sack. With gaskets. Oh, man. All the rats are turning on FPS. Yeah, that Howie is fighting with Fat Boy now, right? Hey, you can't be like, I don't know. It's just whatever.
Just changed with an active crime boss, Joey Molino, involved, coming on social media.
Involved. Hey, you weren't involved. You're a fake captain, Dominic. They gave you a label just to shut your ass up. Here, make him a captain. He has no crew, but we're just gonna say that this was their discussion, right? They had a powwow, right? They said, hey, we're gonna let Dummy Dom. Well, they called you Donkey Dominic. Everyone in the Bronx told me. We're gonna let Donkey Dominic call himself a captain, okay? And they're like, yeah, all right. We'll put this little fucking fucker with him or something. They should have put him with Dominic, and then he could have ratted on Dominic, and then they both could have went to prison because he's the worst cooperator ever. He says, oh, they'll never find the wire. It's in your glasses, you fucking idiot. He's like, they could strip me naked and they won't find the wire. Yeah, because it's in your glasses. Probably wearing the wire on the interview. It's probably still in those glasses right there. Mobland says, fuck Nadu. Who's that? Who's Nadu? I don't know who that is. Ja, how are you? You can't make this shit up. It's insane. Anyway, let's get back to Previty.
Stealing money, yes, but we were still arresting crooks, rapists, thugs, creeps, whatever. We are arrested them. Of course, we robbed them if they had anything on them, but yeah, we arrested them.
It takes 12 years, but the police department finally becomes suspicious of Previty's behavior. There's no formal investigation, no charges, but Previty gives up his badge and leaves the Philly PD.
The end had come for me in the police department, and it was time to skedaddle. I knew that, they knew that, and before there was any real problems, I left.
He said it's time to skedaddle. What the fuck does that mean? It's time to skedaddle, guys. Like, have you guys ever heard a mob guy talk like that? It's time to skedaddle. What the fuck is a skedaddle? Why did they let an ex-cop in the mob? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's from money. Money can get you anything. Money. Gene's trying to look cool. Yeah, he's trying. It ain't working for him. Look how cool he looks. Orange is his new color. Here's the paper where Gene tried to get his shit moved because he can't afford an attorney. He says he's living in a hotel room and he can't afford it. He can't afford to pay for the room anymore. Well, he can't afford his friend to pay for the room anymore. Genie Boy's trying. He should just bunk up with this goofy. This goofy guy. He likes to comment on my videos. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate you taking the time and commenting. I take up a lot of time in a lot of you guys' heads. That's cool. Hold on. I'm gonna unblock some people. People are going crazy with the wrenches. What the fuck's going on here? Holy shit. Listen, I only block people if they're really disrespectful. Besides that, I really don't give a shit. They could say whatever they want. Unless it's really you know, degrading, deplorable shit. But it is what it is. Let me get this scumbag off the screen. You should get Joey on your show. Joe DeBari, how you doing, man? Dom loves him so much he would pay for the hotel.
It's 1980, and new casinos are taking over Atlanta.
Hey, Ja, I beg to differ. Money can get you love. I think it costs like $25. Down at the Hostro. And you could probably pay for respect. Well, a lot of these people, they let's skedaddle, guys. A lot of these people, they project, right? They talk all this shit. How they feel inside, they tell you, but they project it on other people. They say, oh, this guy's this and that and this and that. But meanwhile, they are everything that they are saying. But don't take my word for it.
Wants to speak out for the good guys. So say the good guys.
Yeah, the guys that don't tell on their friends like you fucking dummy. The guys who, when their wife is caught with someone, they fucking do something about it and not sit back like, I'm not a gangster anymore. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let the law take care of it.
And I'm going to go more into that, but you know, and then you have guys who just came home. Dear friend of mine, he's a little misguided, Gene, who doesn't know how to control his anger at times. Is instead of sitting back waiting, you know, maybe because he's all piss and vinegar still.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him, Dom? How'd that work out for him? Looks like he's going to be staying with them for a little bit, huh? Yeah, look at these reports. Stalking complaint, assault. He's got quite a bit. Yeah, I think he's going to be staying with them for quite a while. But it's okay. I think Florida will deal with him the best way they can, you know? He looks real tough in this picture, don't he? Real tough guy.
But he has to understand he's out of the life. He's not in the mafia. He's not around Vinny Asaro with...
He never was in the mafia. And you were never a captain.
Free reins to go and do whatever you want to do. And then you could go to a sit down, or you have access to all types of guns, weapons. You have crews behind you.
In his imaginary mind, because a lot of these people, they live in their fucking imaginations, right? They, I mean, I'm assuming that's what they do because they talk about it all day long, what they're going to do to people and all this shit. Meanwhile, they ain't about nothing.
Where, you know, if you say something, you can back it.
Ruffin.
Free Ruffin. Why are you recording me? Because you want to put me in jail, he says. Because you show your true colors when the camera goes off, tough guy.
This is the second time, bro.
It's the second time? No, I think it's been more than twice. So a lot of people have called you out, Gene, to little fist fights and shit. And you deny all of them. Why is that? Why? Because you can't fight a man. That's why. Because you're not as tough as you say you are.
Morning, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. This is Dominic Sicali with Mafia Roundtable, here for another edition. This story is going to be an interesting one. But when I was in my younger days,
all lies.
I was about 17 years old. I always stayed with the older group of kids. One of them guys, actually men. One gentleman was Steven DeLuca, aka Demon. He had just come home from
Thank you,
state
man.
prison.
Joey, thank
Did
you
a
so much for that,
7-year
man. I appreciate that.
27 years old.
If anyone wants to donate, help me get to a certain point with the toy drive. We're not looking for thousands and thousands of dollars. We're just looking to help out a few people. I think it's around 20-something people, but we're gonna hook them up this Christmas. If anyone wants to help out the toy drive, just hit up my Cash App. It's Chattin with Staxx. And Chattin is with no G. It's ChattinWithStaxx. And I appreciate everyone. I really do. It means a lot. Joey, thank you for the $4.99. This will be the 3rd year we've done this. And I mean, regardless, if I don't get a bunch of money for the toy drive, I'm just going to use my own money. I do it every year, so, and I'm going to continue to do it. And like the person that commented, I don't have to provide anything to you. Why don't you prove that you're donating? Everyone wants they all want something, right? The fuck out of here. I don't owe you nothing. Joey Gomara, dear friend of his, never seen this idiot. Now they're best friends. He never knew him. Now they're dear friends, right? I don't think that these guys understand. If they tell whoever, the people that they're talking to behind the scenes, then people are going to get in deep shit. They could get killed for dealing with this rat. And he dangles it in front of the camera of who he's talking to. I'm still in touch with an underboss and a captain and this and that. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because they would be killed. And he knows it.
And we went back and forth before we became friends. He went with my girlfriend, I went with his girlfriend. We didn't know each other. At the end of the day, we became friends. So we made a pact with each other not to go with one another's girlfriends, which was cool.
But he did it anyway. This guy, right? Mr. Reformed right here. Do you know what he did? Now he's explaining his first murder. How the blood was pumping out of his head when he shot the guy in the back. He shot the guy in the back of the head. The guy got up and ran. He said, I got to piss. And the guy got up and ran. And Dominic here shot him in the back of the head. Mr. Tough Guy.
And then we started getting distant with one another. And lo and behold, I found out he was going with my girlfriend. So I went with his girlfriend. And actually, they were broken up. So it wasn't even his girlfriend. They were separated.
Hold on a second. I just got a Cash App. Rogue, what's going on? Solar, Marshall, how are you? Rest in peace to Norby Walters. He passed away the other day. And that would have been cool to try to get Norby Walters on to talk about the whole situation. Ja, thank you so much for the $10 Cash App. I appreciate it. We're going to hook them up this year. And I'm going to, of course, I'm going to document it all to show you guys. But I'm not going to do that for other people that that don't mean shit. So we're going to leave that one on members only. So if you want to see it after we get that done, you can see it on members only. If you donate, then you can see it. How about that? That's how we're going to do that. Stephen DeLuca got killed in the Bronx because he was robbing wise guys. Hey, I believe Gene was going to get killed eventually. 100%. He was robbing people he shouldn't have been too. They probably still have an open contract on Gene, on all these fucking guys. I wouldn't doubt it. Tell Dominic, come meet me in the Bronx.
So this one night I'm out, we're partying, driving the neighborhood, and there's a guy I'm hanging out with. I forgot his name. It wasn't the usual guy we hung out with. I just got stuck with him.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the money and go buy Jordans. Tell you how broke I am and then go buy some fucking Jordans. Corny. I don't measure other people's bullshit, you know? I don't care. I take care of my own side of the street, and I don't care about other people like that. Not trash bags. Ivan, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Joey Pope, what's going on? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Make sure you guys go check out Tommy Stiggs Social Club. He's got a great show over there. We were over there talking yesterday in the chat. It was pretty cool. We were talking about being sober and the lengths that people have to go through to get sober. And if you're out there fighting addiction, just know I got your back. And I know exactly what it's like. I go through it every day. I've recovered from alcohol and drugs. I used to have this like obsession with it, I guess you would say. And it seemed like I could never get away from it. I used to beg God to take it away from me. And he finally did. And I want other people who are dealing with the same thing to experience the life without that, because it's great. Things are absolutely great. I wouldn't change my life for anything. But anyway, let's get back to the fucking rats.
In the neighborhood, and in the Bronx there's an avenue called Crosby Avenue. So I'm driving,
which you're not allowed on ever again.
Another guy called Paulie Carantenuto. Paulie had a white Seville at the time. The Seville had the slant backs. It was a beautiful car, the Cadillac. Paulie's car was white with the blue fake rag top. So it's maybe about 10:30 at night. We pass each other. They stop. They wave. I pull over. They also pulled over. And as Steven's walking to me, I know what time it is. So I get ready. I know it's going to be a fight in the middle of the street. I'm walking towards him. At the time, I was about maybe 150, 160 pounds. Steven weighed about 205 in shape. Good, big built, you know, in good shape. But I was also good with my hands. I was very fast. And as we got close to one another, as I put my hands up, he goes to put his hands up, and boom, a gun gets put to my head. Now, I put my hands up in the air from a fighting position. They go up in the air. And he goes, come with me, come on. Brings me right to the car, get in the back seat with him. Now, what's going through my head, fuck, I'm gonna get killed, but then it's going through my head. The guy in my car gets in the driver's seat. Steven says, drive his car, yells over to him. So he gets in my car, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna get killed. I'm just gonna get fucked up. Well, I'm sitting in the back seat with Steven. Paulie's driving. Says, go to St. Raymond Cemetery. Paulie starts going that way, and I have the gun to my head. Steven says, you wanna go with my girl? You're talking a lot of shit. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry, you know, I'm basically bitching up. So with that, we get out of the car, and I got hit with a pistol, punches. I'm not going down. I'm basically stumbling, backing up, and I'm getting hit. Boom, I go down. And then there was a lot of debris in the area. So it was just right by the cemetery. We weren't inside the cemetery. I mean, I'm getting kicked, punched. There was a muffler there, like a tailpipe of a muffler. Got that, hit me with the muffler, my hands, I'm trying to block it. I'm just on the ground, he's kicking me and just going to work on me. There's nothing I can do at this point. But try to cover up and absorb the punches as best as I can. So with that, and he's talking a lot of shit's going back and forth. I'm like, now I'm at the point, fuck it. You want my fucking girl, like, you know. Well, he's going off on me. I'm getting beat up. I got beat up for about an hour and a half. Bad, real bad. All of a sudden, the cops, I guess they're doing their patrol, and they probably got calls from the neighbors who live close by the cemetery. All of a sudden, none of them see the cops. The cops come, they shine their light to where we are, because we're into a field. Like I said, it's just high weeds and everything. So right away, I get up, and I told Steven and them, they had a gun on them. I says, I'll take care of it. And I walk over to the police car. They see all blood's coming down my face. I look like the Elephant Man. I'm just bad. My hands, everything's swollen. So they asked me, they said, are you all right? You know, we got a call. We're doing our patrol, and we got a call. So, you know, and we see you guys there. And look at you. Are you okay? I says, no, officers, I'm fine. Those two guys over there, they're my friends. I had a fight. Obviously, I lost, and they're cleaning me up. They're cleaning me up because when I get home, my mother's going to freak out. So they're shaking their head. They said, you sure? I said, no, absolutely. They're my friends over there. You know, the guy left, the fight's over with. You see nobody else is around. They're just trying to help me clean up and get, okay, all right, good, all right. Be safe, and that's it. They don't do anything. So I walk back. I told them what happened, Stephen and Paul. They knew it. And that's the type of guy I was. That's that thug mentality. It wasn't the one, oh, they have a gun, they're gonna kill me. No, it is what it is. And at that point too, I knew they're not gonna kill me. The cops just saw them. So I got beat up some more and then went home. So now, and I'm gonna come back to this part later on. And that's what happened. The next day, my mother, she came in my room to say goodbye before she left for work. Blood's all over the place, she freaked out. She called my Uncle Pete the neck. And then the guy who I was around, the Genovese, I said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. So, with that, maybe about a year later, I moved down to Florida. I'm in Florida, coming back and forth. I'm bringing guns up to New York, drugs, selling drugs. I'm robbing people up there, just taking off drug dealers, telling them, hey, I need a key or two. They're coming with the key, taking it. So this one time I come back up there, there's a kid I was close with, Michael Hippie. I forgot his last name, but he became a Genovese soldier in the crime family when I was away in jail. And Michael Hippie was around the kid Sally Locker. They had a good crew. They were from Morris Park. They weren't from the Pelham Bay section of the Bronx. And actually, a few times I sold them some guns.
Hey, he sold them some guns. Straight from the horse's lips. I mean, mouth or whatever the fuck. You guys like these videos? If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's get back to Ron Previty. Yo, I want to give a big shout out to Jason Reinhardt and Matt Granahan, the king of Connecticut. Let's get back to Previty's fat ass.
City. It's a gangster's paradise, and Ron Previty's next career step is a criminal.
And we got another donation. Thank you so much for the $5 donation for the toy drive. I'm gonna make sure we do some great things. Confess to a crime on YouTube. Hey, these people are nuts, right? I mean, I don't think Dominic understands that he said some things that could get his agreement ripped up, and he could end up right back in prison. But that's his own problem. Miles, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that, man. I just got your donation. Damn it, Mandy. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Rogue, how are you? Steven, what's up, man? Mobland, Joey Gamba. Solar Marshall, what's up? I'm pretty sure Dom has no or had no regard for human life. Yeah, I can see that. Not even his own. Well, look at this. You think he had any regard for human life? He fucking stole his grandma's house. He stole his grandma's house. How much regard for human life do you think he has? The fucking guy's a predator.
Is a job as a security guard at the Tropicana Casino.
They had a warehouse there with everything in it. I mean, everything that's in a casino was in this warehouse. So we were stealing so much stuff from there, you just wouldn't believe it. I mean, we took millions of dollars worth of stuff out of this place.
Guy, what's going on? Hey, I invited Michael Francis to come on and have a conversation about what's really going on. I did, but I don't think he will. A lot of these people won't take me up on my offer because they know what's coming. They know. Some of them aren't even worth it. Some of them aren't even worth my time, so I won't have them on. Like Gene, what point is it to have Gene on? He's just gonna say, I didn't do that. And clearly he did. There's plenty of evidence to show that he did. He is one of the worst people out there. He really is. Look at this shit. You can't make this up. Those are Gene's fingerprints. Tonto at his best. But somehow these guys are trying to change the narrative. They want you to believe that they're these stand-up guys. Well, guess what? I'm here to prove you wrong. Because you guys have you guys aren't worth the shit. You told on your own friends. You have loyalty to no one. You guys are trying to be loyal to each other, but that's fucking a frugal attempt. Gene will get knocked out in the street, 100%. Listen, I know guys want to beat the shit out of Gene. He won't show up.
But once again, it's not enough for Big Ron. He brings even more money in, supplying drugs and prostitutes to casino clients.
They wouldn't know how to tell the truth. They just lie. Damn right. They're not even good at that. Look at this fucking loser.
Excuse me.
I didn't do it, but I committed a Hobbs Act robbery while out on parole and making a deal with the government. Yeah, this guy's a real tough guy trying to get Patsy Perillo locked up. Straight scumbag. And I will see you any day, anytime. Punk bitch. Come meet me in the Bronx. Meet me in Harlem, the Bronx, wherever you want. Brooklyn, Manhattan. I don't give a shit. You won't do it.
But he still has his bookmaking operation.
I never liked being called a pimp. I never liked being called a bookmaker. I was none of them things. I was everything. I was a general practitioner of crime. I was my own criminal enterprise, me. I made it a profession.
But soon, Ron Previty's profession shows up on the radar of the Philadelphia mob. He's making big money in their playground.
Merlino's a stand-up guy. These guys can't stand. They can't stand that Joey Merlino is on YouTube on a podcast. They can't stand it. They wish they were him. Like it's driving them insane. You could see it. Like they're scrambling. They don't know what to do. They're like, how can you be on here? You can't be on here with us. What's this with us shit? They're not grouped in with you. He didn't cooperate like you. He didn't cooperate like John Gotti Jr., which did cooperate. John Gotti Jr. did cooperate. I don't care what anyone says. The truth is the truth. He cooperated. He made a deal with the government. Dominic cooperated. Maybe no one went to jail because of Junior, but he did cooperate.
And they want a cut. Big Ron agrees to give the mobsters $500 a week. They have no idea he's making 5 times that every night.
I'll tell you how much money I was making. I'd work in the one casino late in the morning. I'd had a limo pick me up at 8 and take me to another casino where I'd gamble all day. I wasn't obsessed with money. I was obsessed with making money that I could spend.
But in 1985, after 5 years of living the casino life, Previty's luck runs out.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
He's arrested by the New Jersey State Police.
I got a call from a state trooper.
What do you get arrested by his own law enforcement agency? Wouldn't be surprised. They didn't tip him off.
That had arrested me. They wanted to speak to me.
The New Jersey State Police are trying to limit the mob's control of Atlantic City. Their organized crime unit.
Hey, Patty Shields, how are you? Michael, how are you? Scott, what's going on? Bruno.
Is recruiting informants, and Ron Previty is at the top of the list.
Johnny, what's
I
going
know
on,
that you're
man?
very
Anton,
well
how are
placed.
you?
You got a lot of contacts, and
Mobland said they hated Staxx because Joey's not a rat, and it's tech ages. It's the only way to be fair play to Joey. Great content, Staxx. Thank you, man. And shout out to Little Snuff, man. He's in recovery just like me. And people don't know how hard it is sometimes to get through days without running to drugs or alcohol. And he's got a nice chunk of time. And it seems like he has a really firm foundation on what he's doing. So. And make sure you guys go subscribe to the Reform Podcast. We're going to be dropping some brand new content. Paulie, how are you? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Here's the link for the Reform Podcast. And go check out Katrina Michio's show, too.
I think we
I'll put a link for it in the description and in the video, in the chat.
could work together.
Big Ron sees the offer as another opportunity to make money, but he still doesn't think of himself as a bad guy.
Bad guys are people that prey on the weak. I didn't prey on the weak. I preyed on people over the top of me. People that had more than me. People that could kill me.
I've seen him before.
The police wants information about crimes that are being committed by other people. I said, well, why would I help you? I mean, I don't understand it. You have to explain this to me. He said, well, number one, I could probably get rid of these charges. He said, you don't have to be a witness. You don't have to testify. Just information, because I know that you're very well placed. You got a lot of contacts.
What about that guy over there?
But only one thing motivates Ron Previty. If the Jersey cops want him to turn informant, they'll have to pay.
He said, if you can give me the right information, I can put you on the payroll for, say, $350 a week. I didn't want to be rude, I said, but, $350 a week is chump change.
350
And anyone
bucks.
said, well, you do have a pretty nice bookmaking operation, and I could protect that.
It's an offer Big Ron can't refuse. For the first time in 15 years, he doesn't have to worry about the police.
The bookmaking operation was my lifeblood, and protection for that was golden. I took him up on his deal.
He's a hitter.
Hey,
As a paid informant,
we got another donation. Thank you so much for that, Anton. That's going to go towards the kids and the toy drive. We're going to get them kids some really good gifts this year. We're going to get little packages together for the people that are in the shelter, maybe like brand new socks and different things like that. And if you guys want to help out further and you want to, maybe you have clothes you want to donate or whatever, you can go check out briansangels.org. That's the organization I go and volunteer at sometimes. It's on Summer Street and Center Street in Bristol, Connecticut. And I'll be at a bunch of different events coming up. I'll let you guys know where they're at, and you guys can come check me out. William at Brooklyn, how are you, man? Yankees for life, how are you, bro? You know what they say, Anton. Anton donated, so you got a match. We don't do the grifting over here. We just get straight to business.
Over the next 5 years, Ron Previty gives the state police names and information on everything from
Emerald, how you doing, man?
loan sharks to drug dealers. But because he's not considered a cooperating witness, he doesn't have to wear a wire or testify against
But he wants to.
anyone.
I knew instantaneously how to be a rat. I knew what to do. I knew the information to give them, and I knew the information not to give them.
It's because these guys have it in their head that they're going to cooperate long before they do. This is not the first time they thought about cooperating. By no means. Like, they commit crimes with other people and they stash that away, just like Areola did. They dug that hole. They killed this guy, Gary Westerman, the guy that was in love with his wife's sister. And he was jealous about it. Oh, you guys don't know that story, do you? But he killed the guy. They put him in the hole, right? And he saved that information for when he needed it. And he used it to get out of that trouble. I got to give him this. Pretty fucking smart. But not that smart. Especially with the shit they're doing now. Because, I mean, you don't think the feds are listening to every fucking phone call they make? 100%. They're watching them. At least Previty admits what he did. Better than some. You got that right. Some of them can't even, they can't even bring themselves to say the word. But hey, they all look at themselves different, right? Embrace what you are.
By 19
Sausage Lips embraced what he is. He's going to be selling sausages. I mean, it doesn't get any more embracing than that, right? Sausage lipped rat. I'm selling sausages. Yeah, I'm going to sell sausages. Sell your sausages.
In 1992, Previty's bookmaking operation is one of Philly's largest. He's still giving the mob a cut, but Mafia boss John Stamfa wants more. He wants to meet Big Ron face to face.
John Stanford was an immigrant from Sicily.
I want to hear this. I want to hear how he was able to become part of this family, even as an associate. If they know that they were a police officer, like, what the fuck? And this is not the first time that this has happened. There's been other times where police officers were made. And I'm going to bring you a whole show just about that.
Who people feared. He was known as a killer. And some way or other it got back to him that I had a large bookmaking operation.
Before the Stamfa meeting, the FBI arrives and offers Previty a job promotion from state police informant to FBI informant. They're building a case against Stamfa, and Previty could provide the missing pieces.
What? He's like, no, I don't want to be a state police informant. He's going to be an FBI informant. He said selling sausages, lip style. Yeah, you got to ask him for his specialty sausages. It's good promotion, right? All he has to do is walk around all day. It's a walking billboard.
He convinced the mob guys that he was one of them. He basically was not. He was doing the stuff.
Gene's mouth looks like a catcher's mitt. Oh, man. Yeah, I can see it. I see the resemblance there. Oh, my God. Gene's mouth looks like a catcher's mitt.
For the FBI.
My allegiance was to me, not to no mob. They never did nothing but rob me. The Godfather, I love that movie. Greatest movie ever made. But I think it's listed as fiction, isn't it? I wish the mob was like that, but it's not.
Within the
What's
year,
this?
Previty amazes the FBI by working his way into Stampfa's inner circle. He makes the mob boss a partner in his bookmaking operation. And Stampfa rewards Big Ron with the coveted position of personal driver and bodyguard.
That was great because he rode with John and talked with John all the time.
It was 24 hours of crime every day, day after day. It was hectic. It was vicious. It was nasty. But like everything else, honestly.
So Previty was a rat, right? Let me get this straight. Previty was a cop. He was a cop, right? And then he gets away from the police officer shit, and then he turns into a bookmaker and a loan shark, and then he turns into an FBI informant, right? He turns into a state police informant, and then from there he goes to FBI informant, and now he's back to being a gangster. How the fuck does that work? Where do they do that at?
It didn't bother me. The mob was a means to an end. It was strictly business. There wasn't no jumping up and down and slapping hands like you won a softball game.
It's 1992, and Ron Previty, former cop and longtime criminal, is now a member of the Philadelphia mob. He's the driver and bodyguard for mafia boss John Stampfa, the perfect place for an FBI informant.
He would call the FBI and say, this is what I'm going to do today, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. And sometimes we would say, that's a good idea. Sometimes we'd say, that's not a good idea.
Being an informant with the FBI is not an exact science. You don't have a day, Tuesday, 4:30 to meet. I would meet with them when I could, and I would talk to them when I could.
Ron Previty is probably one of the most despicable human beings on this planet. I think he died. Didn't he die? Let me check. I thought he died. He's a fucking worthless piece of shit parasite. Oh, he is dead. Good for him. That's great. He died of a heart attack in 2017, August 21st. Hey, couldn't have happened to a better person, you know? Ralph Natali as well. He's dead as well. And it says Ron Previty, who brought down he didn't bring down shit. Looks like he just brought himself down. Who brought down 3 crime bosses, dies at the age of 73. Ron Previty, a mobster turned government witness who describes himself as a general practitioner of crime, died last week of a heart attack. Memorial and visitation services. No one went to that. Probably empty. He's a typical scumbag. Ron Previty, the mobster turned government witness cooperation, brought down 3 crime bosses, changed the face of Philadelphia mob. He died last week after suffering a heart attack and family members and friends, which are probably other rats. A former Philadelphia police officer who once said he learned the most on how to be a criminal while working as a cop. Now, isn't that ironic? Huh? Because a lot of these fucking agents are just as bad as these mob guys.
I had to be very careful, and I was good at that like I was good at everything else.
But while juggling the mob, the feds, and his bookmaking business, Previty runs into trouble. He gets caught up in one of Philadelphia's most vicious mob wars.
Now, he's an FBI informant, and he's caught up in a mob war. Where'd they do that at? Yeah, he did die. He died in 2017 at the age of 73. If a guy owes me money, I'll kill him. How am I going to get paid? He asked, explaining that beatings, assault, and intimidation were part of his business, but murder was not. It's true. Like, you can't get money from a dead guy, right?
We were actually like a street gang at the time. I thought we were the Bloods and the Crips. Just running around shooting people and... it was crazy.
I felt like we were the Bloods and the Crips. It was crazy. We were going around shooting people. Peter Tucci. I don't know about him. Tony Cuts, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, everyone.
Battle lines are split between Stampfa, the current boss, and a mobster named Joey Merlino.
They didn't like each other. John Stanford, he was an old Italian mafia guy. Joey Merlino was a young street hoodlum and wanted to be the boss.
He thought that he was the boss, and it was like oil and water. It didn't mix. John Stanford figured that he had to do something to retaliate, so...
John Stanford was from New York. He was sent there from New York to Philadelphia to try to take over the family. And shout out to Lou Silver. I appreciate you, Lou. And didn't work out for him. John Stanford is still alive. He's in prison right now with one of the guys from Philly. Matter of fact, he's in the same prison as one of the guys from Philly. Yeah, they are, Dave. They're at it again. But listen, Joey Merlino's show is going to be dropping in 6 minutes. So I'll be back on later. Here, I'll put a link in the description. You guys want to go check it out? Five minutes. It's dropping in 5 minutes. So go over there and check the show out. I'll be in the chat, and I'll be back on later. We're gonna do an extra special one today. But I'll see you guys in a little while. If you guys want to help me out with the toy drive, just hit up my Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chats, all that good stuff. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are all great. Thank you for your support. Even the guys who talk shit. I'm on your mind for a reason. And I'm going to continue to do my thing. You ain't going to stop a fucking thing over here. But anyway, if you guys like this type of stuff, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. And remember, don't be a bitch.